My name is Robert. I'm 75 years old. I still keep my phone on the kitchen counter. Same spot, every day. I check it more often than I need to. Not for messages, not really. Just in case. There's a part of me that knows better, has known better for years now, but I still look. I still wait. I had a son. His name was Michael. He'd be 48 now, maybe 49. I lose track sometimes. We don't speak anymore. Haven't in over a decade. People ask me sometimes, the few who still come around. They ask if I've tried reaching out. I tell them yes. And I have. Sort of. I've written emails I never sent, picked up the phone and put it back down, driven halfway to where I think he lives, and turned around in a grocery store parking lot. But I never actually made it all the way. I told myself I was giving him space, that he needed time, that when he was ready, he'd call. And I've been waiting for that call ever since. It didn't start with a fight. That's the strange part. People think estrangement comes from some big blow-up, screaming match, something clear and definable. But ours was quieter than that. It was a slow pull, like a tide going out, so gradual you don't notice until you're standing on dry sand and the water's gone. Michael was always a little different from me. Sensitive, thoughtful. He liked art, music, spent hours in his room with headphones on, drawing things I didn't understand. I didn't know how to talk to him about any of it. I grew up in a house where you didn't talk much at all. You worked, you provided, you showed up. That was love. So that's what I did. I worked double shifts so he could go to a good school, paid for his supplies, drove him to lessons when his mother couldn't. I thought that was enough. But he wanted something else. He wanted me to ask questions, to sit with him, to look at his work and really see it, to know him. And I didn't. Not because I didn't care. I just didn't know how. When he was 16, he showed me a painting he'd been working on for weeks. It was this huge canvas, dark blues and grays. Abstract, I guess you'd call it. He was so proud. He stood there, waiting for me to say something. And I looked at it, I really did. But I didn't know what I was looking at. So I said, "That's nice, buddy. You work hard on that?" He nodded, and I said, "Good. Hard work pays off." Then I went back to reading the paper. I didn't see his face fall. Or maybe I did, and I just didn't know what to do with it. He stopped showing me things after that. Stopped talking to me about school, about his friends, about what mattered to him. And I told myself it was normal, that teenagers pull away, that he'd come back around. But he didn't. By the time he left for college, we were polite strangers. He'd come home for holidays, sit at the table, answer questions in short sentences. I'd ask how school was. He'd say, "Fine." I'd ask if he needed anything. He'd say, "No, I'm good." And that was it. My mother used to tell me I should try harder. Ask him real questions, Robert, not just surface stuff. But I didn't know what a real question was. I didn't know how to start a conversation that wasn't about logistics or whether he had eaten. So I didn't. I waited for him to come to me, and he never did. After college, he moved across the country. Got a job doing something with design, graphic design, I think. He'd call his mother once a week, me maybe once a month. The calls got shorter, then they stopped. I don't remember the last time we spoke. That's the part that keeps me up sometimes. I can't pinpoint the moment. There was no final conversation, no closure, just silence. And I kept thinking he'd call. Any day now. He'd call. His mother passed 4 years ago. Heart attack. Sudden. Michael came back for the funeral. I thought maybe this would be the moment. Maybe grief would soften things, bring us back together. But he was different. Older, of course, but also closed off. He hugged me at the service, said he was sorry. We stood next to each other while people gave their condolences, and then he left. I didn't try to stop him. I didn't ask him to stay. I thought he'd come back eventually, that we'd have time. But time doesn't wait for you to be ready. It just moves. And before you know it, years have gone by, and the silence has become its own kind of language. I think about calling him all the time. I imagine what I'd say. Hey, it's Dad. Just wanted to check in. Or maybe something more honest. I'm sorry I didn't know how to talk to you. But every time I get close, something stops me. Fear, maybe. Fear that he won't pick up. Or worse, that he will, and he'll be kind and polite and distant, and I'll realize I've lost him for good. So I wait. I keep my phone on the counter, same spot, every day. And I know the call isn't coming, but I wait anyway, because what else is there to do? If you're still here, thank you for listening. I don't know why I needed to say this out loud. Maybe I just needed someone to hear it. If there's someone in your life you've been waiting to reach out to, I don't know. Maybe don't wait as long as I did. Or maybe you will. I don't have answers. Just this